Hey lovies, this is Michelle here at Like Mantra Tarot. I hope that you guys are all doing great. Happy Tuesday. I hope that you guys had a nice weekend and that the week has been off to a good start so far. All that good stuff. I haven't checked in about a week, give or take. So happy to be back. Um, Excuse me. I had a very busy weekend between working and went out for my one of my best friends from high school's birthday, her 40th, so that was fun. Finally went out for the first time in over a year, so that was cool. Definitely enjoyed myself, but nonetheless, um, with all that said, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you like what you see here and decide to stick around. And hit that subscribe button and any other way that you can help support the channel and stay connected. And if you are a returning person, subscriber, thank you for the continued support. You've been rocking with your girl for a bit. Greatly appreciate you. So yeah, I'm trying to kind of wait a second to see if people pop in. I know it's like that weird time of day where like some people are still at work or they're commuting home, and yeah, so I try to be understanding of that. Or maybe nobody's gonna watch. I don't know. Never really know with these kind of things. So with all that said, we are gonna get started on this reading. Um, I've already cleansed myself and the space. So we are going to get started now. Hey girl, hey, how are you? Hoping you're having a great evening as well. Happy that you're here. Miss you, girl. Wish you. Like I said, I haven't really been on, so about a week. So I see you like on a lot of tease readings and stuff, but I haven't like seen you like. So thank you for being here. Yeah, so we are actually, aside from this being just a general energy check-in, this is also going to be I'm gonna actually make you a moderator too, love. You're part of the tribe, you know what I mean? Let's see, add it as a moderator. There we go. And they're like swimwear, baby. All right, so with that said, did it work? There we go. Um, so I'm happy you're doing great. I'm pretty good. Overall, like I did leave work early because my stomach was bothering me. I have IBS, so sometimes it just randomly flares up, and I'm like, ooh, I do not feel good. So I did leave early. I was like, I need to stay. It's picture day. So after picture day was done, the head teacher was like, just go. I was like, you sure? She's like, just go. We'll be fine. I'm like, okay. But anywho, but yeah, other than that, I came home, took a long ass nap, and I feel a lot better. So that's good at least. But I hope everybody else is doing great as well. All right. So with that said, I was saying that this is a collective message, but on top of it being a collective message, I'm also unboxing the Foretell Energy Forecasting Oracle deck. So we shall see how it goes with these. Like I said, haven't really used them yet, so stay tuned. All right, Spirit, may let positive energy into this reading for the collective. Show them what they need to see at this time for their highest good, clearest, and most accurate messages, peace, and thank you. I'm thinking we could start with maybe like 3 or 4 cards from here, and then we'll keep on building from there, looking at other decks as well, including tarot. Hey, Queen Empress Life, how are you doing? And we see Benjamin is here too. Hi, Benjamin, how are you? I am from Connecticut, here in the States. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. I ended up leaving work a little bit early. I was mentioning before my stomach was bothering me, but I feel a lot better now. Hey, Lati. Hey, girl. Hey. You guys need to actually, before I get into the reading too, check out my sisters. We have intuitive interactions up here. And we also have Tears and Wheat Tarot Show. So I would say go check them out, okay? And thank you, Queen. Thank you. Check out their pages. And let's get started. All right, so we have on the bottom of the deck agreement. Interesting. Let's see what that's about. It says common ground is being found, creating the space for resolution and peace. Harmony will emerge not from forcing will, but from allowing understanding to bridge the divide. Interesting. So maybe somebody had, I'm sorry, love. Yes, and check out Queen Empress Life as well. um, yes, check her out as well. No, I'm not doing a Q&A today, love. I'm sorry. um, but yeah, today energy is not really allowing me to do that. I did think about it. I was like, should I? I was like, no, not today. It's not. Well, now I'm like, how am I gonna follow you? I need to or subscribe rather. You stay incognito. Okay. As I say, well, I would love to know what your channel is. If you feel comfortable sharing that, maybe you can when I post this up, maybe you could like sign into your other account and then leave a comment. That way I can go back and I can go subscribe to you too. Or you can put it here if you feel comfortable. All right. Let's see what's going on. What's going on? I will say the back of my neck got hot as hell all of a sudden. That's one thing about having this damn hair. That happens to me too, like I'd be like, damn, okay, I feel like I'm gonna go live, and like I be dragging my feet to do it, and then all of a sudden you pop up. So let's see. These, like I said, these are brand new, so like it might take a little bit more time to tap into the energy. But let's see. Ooh, we got smooth sailing. The waters are calm, and your journey should progress smoothly without major obstacles or disruptions. The universe supports you as you flow effortlessly toward your destination. Interesting. So, considering we had that first card that we saw, which was the one about some type of agreement, I'm getting that maybe there was a disagreement with somebody and you guys have been able to patch things up, or you're about to work on patching things up. Get something like that and be able to move forward. And work on things amicably. Well, even if it's an ending for some, I did pick up on that too. There could be an ending for some people, severance. For others, it could be like rebuilding a bond. I'm getting something like that. So we shall see. I'm about to put my hair up. My neck is hot. I woke up from my nap hot as fuck. I was sweating. I'm like, what the hell is this shit? So I opened up the window. Then it was freezing in here, and the window was still cracked, but like now I'm hot again. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? I'm going through the change or what? All right, let's see. Manipulation. Not all offers come freely. Some carry invisible strings that pull you in directions you didn't choose. Be mindful of hidden motives and unspoken conditions before you accept. Very, very interesting. So maybe they're kind of saying we're gonna look deeper into this, obviously, but like let's say because what I'm picking up on a little bit is like, remember I was saying like severance of ties. Maybe you're just moving with grace when it comes to removing yourself from something. Maybe there was a situation in which, excuse me, that could be some kind of confirmation. There could have been manipulative tactics used, and you figured it out, and you were like, I'm moving on from this situation. No thanks. So I'm getting something possibly like that. Fear of change on the bottom. Karmic ties. Wow. So we got this energy of some invisible strings and then karmic ties. So maybe you had to learn a lesson and now you're moving on from that. Very interesting. Yeah. I was getting like that sense of like moving on with grace, right? So there could be something about that. I love the music that the people upstairs are playing, but it's so loud, and I hope that y'all don't hear that. I hope you just hear like what's playing in the background here, because like it's like disco music, and I'm like, I love disco music, but damn, that shit's loud. I can hear like I could feel the floor like vibrating. They're upstairs, like damn. Either these walls are walls and ceilings and all that shit are paper thin, or that shit's really loud. They must have a whole system up there. Right, we got two cards that came out together. Interesting. Generational healing. You are breaking cycles passed down through generations, freeing yourself and your lineage from ancient wounds. This is sacred work, and your courage to heal will echo far beyond your lifetime. Interesting. So for some of you, this could be a family member that you've been having kind of this weird exchange of energy with. Came out with higher plan. A higher plan is unfolding for you beyond what you can consciously comprehend. This divine design is perfectly aligned to support your growth as an individual, as well as the harmony of the collective. Hmm. So let's say if you've been having some issues with like somebody within your own family dynamic, parents, siblings, cousins, something. Realizing that they might have had manipulative tactics, and you've been able to become a little bit more privy to like what their energy is, and be able to say, okay, I don't think this is energy that I want to, you know, stay involved in, and allowing yourself to kind of again sever those ties in an amicable way. In an amicable way. Well, I'm having hard time saying that. Throat chakra. I'm getting something about like having a hard time getting words out. And I mean, it makes sense because if this is somebody who you have a familial relationship with, those are some of the hardest ties to break, right? Hardest bonds to break and let go of. So that could, be significant. But this is a part of the plan. This is how things are meant to happen. So that way you can, maybe learn some valuable lessons and move forward accordingly. Very interesting. Let's get maybe one more from here. Thank you, Spirit. Miraculous luck. Fate smiles upon you, aligning the stars to open a path of unexpected fortune. This moment is a gift, a reminder that even in the darkest times, the universe can send sudden, I was about to say hidden, sudden blessings. Interesting. Very interesting. Number 7 is on there. I might be sick. Oh, we got 7 energy more than once too. Um, yeah. Between like that higher plan card, meaning like there's things that are happening beyond your control and, outside of the scope of your knowledge, like behind the scenes. It's like it's being lined up this way for a reason. I'm picking up on like karmic debt type of stuff, needing to, do a sense of introspection and retrospection to be at her higher playing field. Interesting. Bottom of the deck we have magic of belief. You are when you believe in the magic of the universe, you activate portals beyond the reach of logic. That's kind of what I was saying. I didn't even know that was on the bottom. But like I was saying, like there's things happening behind the scenes that you don't necessarily see the full scope of, and this is kind of a little bit of confirmation of that. You activate portals beyond the reach of logic. Your energy expands and your vibration shifts, unlocking new dimensions of possibility and serendipity. Hmm, very interesting. And I'm hot. How many times did I say something? I'm picking up on karmic ties. About 3 times, right? What's on the top of the deck? That's crazy. You are entangled in a karmic dance, replaying lessons that demand resolution. Look deeper. This connection holds both challenge and purpose. Look at that. Wow. And I kept talking about like severance and things like, come on now, Spirit. Come on with this. Middle of the deck, we have good health. Your commitment to wellness is paying off. Choosing yourself, right? Choosing your sanity. Keep making choices that support your highest well-being. Your health is on the rise. Yeah, and that's why it's like the smooth sailing energy. It's like I think you guys, if there's like a relationship in your life, and this, it says more like a familial thing with that generational healing, but it could be different for everybody. For some, it could be friends, a romantic partner, so on and so forth. But the point of the matter is, what we're getting here so far is there's a severance of ties happening after a karmic lesson, right? It's all been orchestrated by the Most High, by the universe, whatever you believe in, the divine. Um, and there's going to be a big shift happening as you move forward from it, right? So that's the overall energy that we're picking up on so far. I think I'm gonna pull from these as well. I like these. Do a few shuffles. All right, guys, give me a second. I'm gonna put my hair up because my fucking neck is hot. Like I remember when I had my locks, I used to always have the same problem too. Like, if it's no different than that for me. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like the girl who did my hair, she's like a family friend or whatever, and she was like, "Is your hair heavy?" I was like, "I mean, it's not heavy in the sense of like, oh my god, it's so heavy," but like it reminded me kind of like when I had my locks, but just a little bit lighter. Um, but yeah, it's just kind of wild because like I haven't had locks in how many years now? 4, going on 4. So my locks were like down to my butt, a little bit past my butt. So like when I had them, they were heavy. I probably look mad crazy, but my neck is hot, and I might be going through the change. Hey Elijah, how are you? Yeah, so this might look a little bit crazy, but it's fine. I'm hot. All right, so a little messy one, ain't hurt nobody. Normally I would like do it in the bathroom so I could make it look halfway decent, but right now I don't care. um Elijah, this is actually just a collective message. If you would like to stick around, you can. If not, I totally understand. You could just maybe hit that notification bell so that you'll be alerted of when I do happen to do the personal readings, which I'll probably start doing again soon. I did one like a few weeks ago, but I'm not gonna lie, like I don't know how my girls do those all the time. I don't know how they do them all the time. Like I can only do it every once in a while. I just don't have the energy. I think that means this is like a whole different thing, but like I feel like I might need to work on my spiritual maintenance, because I think I absorb too many energies, and it makes it that much more difficult for me to try to do personals. This is not bad for me, but the personal ones, oh man, I gotta get back in the game though. I gotta get back in the game. um, you should. You should come to the locked family. Come to the locked side. Come to the locked side. Because I'm gonna do it this summer probably. I was growing out my hair for like 3 years, and I fucked it up by putting heat in it, caused heat damage, and had to cut all of it off. And now I'm starting from scratch. So, you know, it is what it is. Am I married? No, not yet. Working on it. Bottom of the deck, we have dead end, a place or condition where things must stop or options are exhausted. Full confirmation, right? Talking about that severance of ties. This looks crazy. I kind of want to do it over. I want to do over. But it's fine. I'm not here for my aesthetics. I'm here to do, something more important than that. There is no ugly face. There is no ugly face, honey. You just gotta own that shit. I'm just telling you. One of my coworkers, was it today or yesterday? It was yesterday. He was like, "Yo, your braids are dope." And he started his locks. Like I inspired him to start locks, and he's like, "Damn, I still can't believe you cut your hair." I was like, I know, it's just crazy, right? And then he was like, you thinking about going back to the lock game? I was like, oh, I am going back to the lock game. He was like, good. Because, yeah, but I was like, yeah, I grew out my hair and, fucked it up or whatever. Same little spiel I just gave you guys. And then he was like, so when you gonna do them? I was like, I think in the summer. He's like, yo. He was like, are you scared of the ugly face? I was like, listen, first off, it's not an ugly face. It's just about embracing who you actually are. Not worrying about the aesthetics that, have been bestowed upon us in society. There is no ugly face. Is it difficult? Yeah. Will they get a little bit unruly? Yeah. But it's fine. It's okay. So, yeah, with that said, I heard personal quest, and look what's here. Quest. I didn't even actually like see the card, and then I happened to look down while I was hearing personal quest, and I looked down, I'm like, oh shit, that's crazy. Because I'm thinking like locked hair journey and all that stuff, and then I heard quest, and then personal class, and then I see this. So, but hold on one second. Let me go on my little spiel real quick. Y'all bear with me. But when I started my locks the first time, literally my locks were like that short, tiny little baby things, and I really went the whole rugged look and all that. But it was important for me to make sure I started off a certain way, and I wanted them to be as natural as possible and all that stuff. And that was a great part of my overall journey as a person too. Patience and understanding, self acceptance, like a lot of things were attached to those locks for me. It was not aesthetic. Now, granted, my locks did look dope. Like everybody always thought my hair was so dope or whatever because I took good care of them. But like, it wasn't for the aesthetic purpose. Is what I'm kind of getting at. So I'm gonna, get off the soapbox a little bit. I'm just trying to convince my girl to get her locks. That's all. But yeah, nonetheless, um, yeah. Once you're in the game, though, it's definitely so rewarding, and there's a lot of positive that comes from having them. I will say that for sure. You learn a lot about yourself during that quest. Just saying. um so yeah, right side of my nose is itchy, so that says a lot. So something happening in the future with that. um so yeah, at least I'll have a little bit more length this time when I start them. Maybe not as much length as I would have liked because I fucked up my hair, but it is what it is. We live and we learn. Anywho, sorry guys, a whole little spiel on that. Yes, it says a specific or unclear state of search, an effort to reach a goal. She said, when I get growner, I'm done. Yeah, they like when you take good care of your locks, like they gonna grow like fast as hell. That's the thing. Like that's the fastest my like because when I went natural, my hair was doing pretty good. It was thriving initially, and then like when I locked my hair, that's when I saw like the real growth happening. I was like, damn, these shits is growing fast. I was like, like people were like, how long you had your locks? You had them for like a couple years. I'm like, or be like, oh, you had them for like 4 or 5 years. I'm like, nah, I had them for like 3. They're like, damn. My hair does it just grows fast. Thank God. So that's why like for so long I always play with my hair. Like I would cut my hair and people like, cutting it again? And I'm like, yeah. All right. I'm sorry guys. I'm like on a little spiel over here. But let's get back to the reading. So we have 2 cards that came out together. We have love, a passionate emotional connection between partners often involving attraction, desire, and commitment. That's what I like how they put the word often, because I'm getting like, love is love. Like it's gonna, be different for everybody, right? It's like love could be, again, like this familial relationship that you guys have going on versus like, a romantic partner. So, or just like who you really have a strong emotional bond to. So just keep that, in mind as well. This 4C hair though, it is so true. This 4C hair, girl. Like even right now, my hair, like if you look at my fro, like look at videos literally from like a couple of weeks ago. Like my hair, like it's a tight fro, but if I were to stretch it out, that shit's already right here. I just cut it back in what was that, September, and it's already like right here if I stretch it. So yeah, like the front of my hair, when I've stretched it out, it was like right here. So my hair grows fast. Anywho, Wheel of Fate came out along with that love card. Fate, continuous moving in a cycle or completely breaking free of a certain loop. A little more confirmations there, right? You started right before me with your natural hair journey. I started in 2013 after my grandmother passed away. And I started my locks in 2014. Had them for almost 9 years. Oh wow, so you've been thinking about locking your hair for that long, girl. Just do it. I knew ever since I was 18 that I was gonna lock my hair. I told myself by the time I'm 30, I wanted to lock them. I started them when I was 27, so I think I was 27, or was I 28? I believe, no, I was 27 when I cut my hair, and I think I was 28 when I started the locks. I think that's how it went. I don't really remember. But yes, you have loneliness here, a deep sense of isolation, emotional emptiness, or disconnection from others, even when surrounded by people, a longing for meaningful connection and understanding. And that could be a big part of what the, part of this quest is right now, right? This fated circumstance in which you find yourself in that has been orchestrated by the divine for you to learn a lesson. It's a part of the journey. Um, and, maybe one of the parts of this quest is meaningful connections, right? So, take the messages as they resonate and leave the rest behind. But that's what we're picking up on so far. And it does kind of, I feel like it's on brand. Like it makes sense based on the other cards that we saw before as well. Let's get one more from here, and then we're gonna look into some tarot. I think we're just gonna do a whatever comes out with that, because like, everybody's got such different things going on. I was gonna do a spread, but I don't feel connected to doing that, so I'm gonna go with like a whatever comes out. Emergency, an urgent critical situation arising from a sudden or an unexpected event that requires immediate action or attention. That's interesting. I don't even know. Like, I don't know if this is like, spirit saying warning, warning, whatever it is that you got going on, you have to pay really close attention to that. Um, the other thing I just picked up on, I don't know if any of you guys literally have been having like physical manifestations in your body of, the ramifications of whatever this relationship or relationships look like in your life, and how they impact you. There could be physical health and mental health. I did say something about the mental earlier. There could be something, your spiritual health, all of those different things could be impacted right now when it comes to these. Damn, what are you listening to now? That's not disco. Shit's fucking loud. The whole fucking floor and walls are shaking. God damn. But anyway, sorry, I got distracted. But yeah, so it could just be like, literally you might physically be going through things and feeling something off, feeling off balance, feeling off center because of this type of energy going on around you, and you're realizing, okay, yeah, sometimes it's gonna feel a little bit lonely trying to figure out what to do from here, but it's a part of the journey, and that smooth sailing energy we picked up on before, removing yourself from that, right? We have time on the bottom of the deck, situations that are timely or take more time. Time's up. No more of that, right? Authority, you're taking authority over your life. I'm getting somebody might have Aries energy. Um, yeah, I'm getting maybe Aries energy. Are we still in Aries season? Yeah, we are, right? Aries season started recently. So some of you guys might be in Aries, or this could just be, stepping into like that type of energy, like somebody who's like real, like, like, fuck around and find out type of shit. Like, you cannot play games with an Aries. You know what I mean? The ability to control or influence the actions and decisions of others. I'm getting more so your own, right? Taking authority over your own life and being able to say, yeah, you're not gonna play in my face. Get something like that. We have middle of the deck, we have solution, the strategy or answer found to overcome a problem or challenge. Nice. Hey Jaleesa, hey girl, hey. One of my other favorite people in the world. I love when my peoples come in. Miss y'all, love y'all. Yeah, so let's see. Before I start the tarot portion, I am going to go grab myself something from the fridge. And that's something, it is going to be a THC little seltzer. Don't judge me. Be right back. All right. For those of you who like to, engage in your libations and things of that nature, heirloom. They should make me a sponsor person. These are so good though. This one is like an apple cider, and because I'm trying to cut back on drinking, and it still gives me like a little buzz, and I drink like one of these and I'm good. But yeah, this is one of the top selling ones at this time. Really gonna got like a whole bunch of different flavors too. But anyway, back to the reading. Um, let's see. Ooh, yeah, I looked that one up. Toxic tea. Hmm. All right. So like I said, for this part, we're gonna look into some tarot, but we're gonna just kind of do whatever comes out, and kind of pick up on the energy that, and then elaborate on the energy that we were already picking up on with the two tarot decks that we read from, and then go from there. And then after that, we'll probably do like some messages of like affirmation or advice type cards, and that'll be the end of the reading. All right. Seven of Pentacles. So I'm getting like, that's on the bottom of the deck here. So one of the messages I'm getting two. One of them is, sometimes we invest in certain types of relationships and stuff like that, and we're like, I put in so much time and effort and energy into that particular situation. Like I feel like I have to keep, having that in my life because, excuse me, confirmation. Sorry, so ladylike, huh? But yeah, that's what, and I did. It's funny, girl. I said something about the number seven earlier because I was picking up on that because there was more than one seven card, and then we got this. So we got like 777. I don't know why I just heard this. This is completely different than this reading, but I don't know, who's a Prince fan here. I am. There's a song called Seven, and it goes, oh seven, and we'll watch them fall, stand in the way of love, and we will smoke them all with our intellect and aside warfare. No one in the whole universe could ever compare. And yeah, it's about like the number seven itself, and then also like divinity behind the number seven, and connection to God and things like that. There are some like biblical undertones to the song as well. It's a good song. I love my boy Prince. But yeah, definitely like, this energy of, investing a lot of time and energy into like a person or a situation. And it's like, okay, well, sometimes, yeah, you put that time and effort, but you still have to kind of pull your energy back when, the jig is up. Like, you know what I mean? And you have to recognize that and you have to honor it. And we did see that energy showing up. The other thing I'm getting is, investing in yourself, right? You are an investment and you should look at yourself as such. Um, so what does that look like for you? How do you invest in yourself more? Whether it's, self love, self care, um, so on and so forth. What does that look like? It's going to look different for everybody, but, ask yourself that question. How can I invest in myself more? Is kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, it's a good song. And the title, if I remember correctly, it literally is the number seven, if I'm not mistaken. It's a good song. It's a really good song. It's like, I think it's from like the early 90s. Who was he working with during that time? Was he working with, he wasn't working with the Revolution. He might have been with the New Generation at that time. For those of you who know, you know. Oh, that's so cool. Life path number 7. I'm a life path 3. All right, so we have, starting out, we got the Knight of Swords, which is about seizing opportunities as they present themselves. It can also represent hastiness, so let's be mindful, of moving too quickly, right? Let's have a plan. Let's have like, a plan of action versus just say, fuck it, I'm just gonna do, like, don't be abrupt. Is kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, but being able to scope out opportunities as they present themselves. Yeah. Page of Wands, that's about communication. It also could represent inspiration and a sense of like enthusiasm about something. King of Wands, wow, look at that. King of Wands. That's like some Aries energy right there, or at least a fire sign for the least part or the most part. Like somebody who, again, that authoritative kind of attitude, really seizing these opportunities as they present themselves and doing it with confidence, right? Yeah, as you know that there are things that have to end. Thank you, Spirit, for confirmations. um, Interesting. Tell us more. This is a good reading. I hope you guys have been enjoying it. If you are enjoying it and feel like you're getting something out of it, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Hit the like button. All of that stuff would be super helpful and beneficial, and it also help us stay connected. So yeah, do that. Yes, Master of Plans, King of Wands. I like King of Wands energy. As long as it's not a love reading. Because if it's a love reading, I'm like, oh, no, that nigga's a player. No, thank you. Unless he truly is just a fire sign. But like, other times I'm like, he just slinging thing and laying all around. No, thank you. You have the High Priestess. So, so we have this energy of inner knowing, right? Knowledge. We have someone here. I don't have my glasses on. Nabrisha? That's a pretty name if that's what your name is, if I didn't butcher it and mess it all up. Welcome. I don't think I've seen your name here before. But welcome. I hope that you decide to stick around, like what you see here. And if you do, you can always hit that subscribe button and that like button to help support the channel. Let's see. So yep, like I said, the High Priestess is here. So like I'm getting like that sense of inner knowing, right? Very intuitive, picking up on things, paying attention. This is just a collective reading today, love. But if you want to stick around, you can. If you don't, totally understandable. If you would like to still kind of subscribe and then maybe hit the notification button when I do happen to do the personals, you'll be alerted. So that's all up to you, of course. But would love for you to stay. You are more than welcome to do so. All right, let's get some more from here. Let's see. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, see, got that Ten of Swords energy, which is about disappointments. It could represent even betrayals. That last knife in the back kind of energy. Just realizing, we saw manipulation earlier too. Like there could have been like those manipulative tactics. Realizing that people, were not, on the up and up in your life, and realizing, okay, these people have hurt me and betrayed me, but that is coming to an end. Moving forward from that, some of you guys might feel a little bit of a sense of like missed opportunities, or a sense of dissatisfaction, confirmation, in certain areas of your life when it comes to this. We have Four of Cups here on the bottom. But, it's also, important to be mindful of the fact that even with those disappointments and, feeling like, maybe this card doesn't represent like feeling stuck necessarily, but that's what I'm picking up on. Like I feel like some of you guys might have felt stuck in certain situations or areas, especially when it comes to whatever this relationship you had with somebody is. And with that said, paying attention to the Most High is more important than those 3 cups down here that are empty. When you've already, and there was a card that said something about exhausting all of the options and things like that. You have to get to a point where you recognize and realize, like, not every relationship or circumstance in here is going to get you to a point of feeling a sense of satisfaction. So it's like when you recognize, okay, you know what? Once something is done, it's done. Call a dub. So I'm getting that energy as well, and recognizing it. What's done is done, and you gotta move forward. Tell us more. Thank you, Spirit. The Hermit. Remember we were talking about like isolation, loneliness, Yep, that's the hermit. So sometimes, these circumstances could make you feel like you're, I heard the word confined. Um, the hermit is definitely about that sense of, and we talked about this earlier too. I was picking up on it. The sense of like introspection, right? Needing to kind of take time to yourself to be able to focus on you and what it is that you need to do at this time. And in that process, you're going to realize things about yourself. You're going to realize things about the people around you and the circumstances around you. Picked up heavily on familial relationships earlier that are possibly the thing that are being worked out or worked through, and understanding that sometimes we have to sever ties when need be. And we got the emperor here. That's that type of energy showing up again. So I was picking up an Aries energy before. We might really have some energy of that Aries popping up even more. So I'm getting a couple messages with that. One of them being taking authority over your own life, which we did talk about just a little while ago. But the other thing, it could be, for some of you, as we talk about like these familial, relationships, part of it could be a father figure for some. Only take the messages as they resonate though. And look, we got that Four of Cups again. So definitely depends on, where you're at and what these relationships look like. So just pay attention to that, right? It's funny, guys. Soul of a Man. He just inboxed me on on Instagram, checking in, like, hey, how you doing? I've definitely been showing support when I can, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yo, and what are the odds that he's a part of the tribe too? And as I'm doing this reading right now, he just texted me or inboxed me rather. That's so crazy. So he's a part of the tribe too. I found out about him through Lati, so from Tears and Wheat Tarot Show. So yeah, good people's very very gifted and talented. He's an author, all kind of things. So yeah, it's always nice like when we got that great support system and stuff with real legit people who are on the up and up, and they're in the know. I love that energy. All right, so the card that just came out, let's see, we got the Two of Swords, which is about, not only is it about choices, but it's also about hard choices. It's about things that we kind of turn a blind eye to, and we're like, oh no, everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine. I keep hearing that. Everything's fine, everything's fine, and it's not. Right? These are relationships that are taken away from your energy and your livelihood, which we picked up on that energy a little while ago. And it's like, whether it's your mental or your physical, like so on and so forth. And those things are all very, very much connected. So I guarantee you, if they're affecting you mentally, that's going to turn into a physical ailment too. So it's like, and it affects you spiritually, all of that. So it's like, you know, one of the best things you can do for yourself right now is allow yourself to say, okay, enough's enough. Take those rose colored lenses off, aka this blindfold. And yeah, there's going to be the fears and anxieties, there's going to be the emotions, the water, right? There's going to be a lot of things attached to making this decision. However, this is something that's meant to happen exactly the way that it's happening. So what do you do with that information? Do you stay where you are with these people or these situations, or do you say to yourself, okay, I get the big picture now, and I'm going to do what I need to do to do what's best for myself? Because I'm getting people that for a long time just kind of swept things under the rug, swept it under, especially when it comes to family. I get it, trust. Sweeping things under the rug and making excuses for people and shit, like no. Eventually you have to be able to call a spade a fucking spade and say, nope. This is all done. I can't do this to myself anymore. You know what I mean? Or else you end up like this, the state of emergency, right? And spirit is giving these big time warnings about different situations in your life where, let's say you be around certain people or whatever, and you don't feel good when you're around them. Like that's that's a terrible energy to be in and feel like, right? Like why would we want to be there? I'm gonna say we, because I resonate with that. And the thing is like, you can't heal where in the place that makes you sick. You can't get better there. 4 4 4 4 when I said that, fo. Like you can't get better or heal there. Like you have to move forward. And ironically, we have Lati who just dropped the hearts with the bandages around it, right? this healing energy. It's like you can't heal or get better in a place that broke you or makes you sick. You just can't, you know? So why are we gonna stay there? For what? What purpose does that serve? Damn sure ain't serving a purpose for us, right? Those in the collective who are resonating with this message, it don't serve a purpose. So it's like, what do you do? Gotta move on. Let's get like 2 or 3 more from here. And if you haven't done so already and you're resonating, hit that like button. If you're new and haven't done so already, subscribe. I will greatly appreciate that. Sounds like the disco fusion upstairs has ended, or at least for now. All right, we have the Nine of Wands here. So that card represents it represents somebody who has their guard up, but it also represents somebody who's been through a lot of shit, like wounded warrior type of energy. People who, you know, it's been like a upward battle towards, you know, where you're trying to head, and now you're starting to see what needs to be done. And you're also, not only are you just, you're seeing things more clearly, because we are getting that energy of, you know, making these conscious decisions and say, okay, yeah, enough's enough, I gotta move on from this. But also just, you know, understand, I heard self-preservation, like you're, there's a sense of self-preservation and, you know, walls that you've put around yourself to keep yourself protected, which is understandable, of course, and as you should, right? You know, that's important to be able to protect our energy. I will say this: don't put that wall so high that it becomes, or so thick that it becomes like impenetrable, where, you know, there's people in your life who actually do have, you know, possible good intentions, and we close them out and shut them out, because there are people, like, not everybody's bad. You know what I mean? We might go through bad experiences and things, but that doesn't mean everybody's bad. So it's like being able to, you know, use these lessons, what you talked about, karmic lessons, right? As we sever those karmic ties, how do we recognize what's real and what's not, right? Because there have been those manipulative, you know, people, you know, tugging on the strings, orchestrating shit, and making us feel like, well, I have no control over these situations. We have control. We just have to be able to recognize what's real and what's not. So not allowing people to manipulate you is a big part of that. But at the same time, again, recognizing what's what, because then we end up doing ourselves a disservice by closing everybody out, because we're like, oh no, fuck everybody. You're like, no, that's not fair. You know what I mean? It's not fair to people around us who actually do give a shit about us, and it's not fair to ourselves, because we could be, you know, closing out people who actually do give a damn and want to be there for us in a positive way. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, what's on the top? The Chariot. Moving on with success and victory. Some of you might literally be physically moving. Let me know if that resonates with any of you. Um, I don't know why I just thought of this, or not even thought of it, but like I just picked up on. I don't know if any of you guys watched the a show called The Pit on HBO. Such a good show. I'm telling you, if you have HBO Max or whatever, watch it. It's really good. Binge worthy for sure. It only comes out once a week though. That's the only thing. So I would say wait till like the end of the this season. This season has been crazy. This is the second season, and I think it's about to be ended. There might be like one more episode or something, and then, you know, let's say if you don't want to subscribe like permanently, do like the trial, binge watch it, and then yeah, you'll understand where I'm coming from. If you like medical dramas and stuff, yeah. Well, a little bit of a spoiler, but the second season, the head doctor of the ER, he is about to go on a 3 month long excursion, so to speak, riding about his bicycle, I mean his motorcycle and stuff like that, and it's definitely like a midlife crisis kind of thing, slash like depression and all kind of stuff. And it's like that whole season is like leading up to him getting ready to leave, and then he's like basically going through like am I supposed to leave? So I don't know why I'm picking up on that. I mean, I know why I'm picking up on it, because he's on they're on a bike, but I just picked up on something like that. So some of you guys might part of your journey of healing and stuff and working on yourself might have something to do with travel, or like a a road trip or something like that. Even if it's like solo, I'm picking up on something like that. That seems very specific. That is not going to be for everybody, but I did just pick up on that. But yeah, you know, Three of Swords, right? Heartbreak, disappointment, you know, hurt, pain. It's like distancing yourself from that. Yeah. And it comes down again to like this energy of like picking, you know, these both represent choices, so to speak. One is when you actually put the action behind it. The other is like when you're kind of wishy-washy, like should I not? Yeah, no, you're definitely getting this energy of yeah, you should. All right, let's get like two or three more from here, and then we're gonna get some final pieces of like advice from spirit, and then I think that should be it for the reading. Again, I do hope that you guys have been resonating and enjoying this reading. Greatly appreciate you guys for standing by me and um, even if readings are slightly slow and things like that, sticking it out and, being able to be like, ooh, okay, there is a message here, Sometimes, we want that instant gratification of like, fast paced readings. Like sometimes you like my girl say, gotta let it simmer, right? Like her punchline, which I love it. That's actually the thing that drew me to her. It is rather. It's like that old school Crisco. You gotta put it in the pan, let it heat up, and then spirit gets to cooking, and it's like, yo, it's true. We gotta get into that energy. Slow like that old school Crisco. I love that. Look, so you have the King of Wands, and now we got the Queen of Wands here. All about confidence, guys. All about confidence. And that Ten of Wands, I just heard Kanye. I've been working this grave shit and I ain't getting paid shit. For somebody, it's either just literally like, like I heard labor of love. That's one thing I just heard. And the other thing that I heard was just, or picked up on rather, is like for some of you, this could be work related too. Like we definitely were picking up on like family kind of dynamics for the majority of this reading, but it could just be like, you feel like again, you've exhausted all your efforts when it comes to maybe a job. And you're like, yeah, nah, I gotta get the fuck up out of here. And it's like about being confident in your own self to be able to move past it. Is kind of what I'm picking up on. King of Swords. Yes, exactly. Get out of the can and into the pan. That's right. Cooking up some shit over here, But yeah, somebody who can really make decisions, right? Love you too, loud. Yeah, so there are like, there are choices, right? 52, as I said, there are choices and options. Oh, as I say that, right? 777. Because we got 7 of Cups, and then 52 and 52 adds up to, or they are 7-7, right? Just saying. As soon as this card came out, so we were talking about the power of 7 earlier. I don't know why I'm putting this in the deck. I mean, in the spread, because technically it's not a part of the spread yet, but I just felt connected to that, so I put it there. Power of 7, I'm telling you. 7's real strong in this reading tonight. 7 of Swords, deception, manipulation, right? Where is that card? And that number adds up to 7 as well. 16 adds up to 7. Wow, that shit's crazy. Now I'm also hearing this just because I'm I love my prints and all that shit. So it's like 777 93 11. I mean, that song is by the time, but technically Prince wrote everything and he played all the instruments on there. So it's a whole different conversation. If you know, you know. But yes, I love Prince and all of his proteges and all that. So just saying. 777 93 11. All right, let's get like maybe a couple more from here. I'm feeling connected to the Hard Truths deck, so we'll look into that to close out. 777 93 11. All right, so got a sense of independence is what I'm getting. instability. I spilled a little bit of my my finger. We have the King of Pentacles. Okay. Somebody who's very stable, got their shit together, along with the Nine of Pentacles. So what I'm getting with that, and that's somebody who's like independent, wealthy. Her health is wealth. So this could be like literally like financial or monetary kind of vibes, but I'm also getting like just a sense of overall like, sorry, whew, these burps today, they're like coming out strong. That's not carbonated, so it has nothing to do with that. I was burping even before I had one of those. So it's like I'm getting this energy of like, as you sever these ties, there will be a greater sense of independence too. And I did mention a little while ago that for somebody, not for all, but there could be somebody who could be like a father figure even, who are very, very domineering at the very least, who you're in your family, who you've been kind of having to kind of work on trying to distance yourself from. So it's like it's given like, okay, when you take that sense of control over your life and you work on your sense of independence, like you're gonna be fine. You are going to be okay. Karmic breaker. Yeah, remember we saw where is it, as we talked about like a karmic breaker, right? Or cycle breaker rather. Generational healing was one of the cards that came out earlier. You see how you're on top of the game? Look at that. That's why I love y'all. Let's get like one or two more. Let's see what Spirit has to say for some closing messages from the tarot. Spirit? Yeah. Four of Pentacles. Somebody might be an En Vogue fan. I just heard, hold on to your love. So now granted, that song has a really different meaning than what I'm feeling. But I'm hearing that part of the song. It's like, sometimes we hold on to things a little bit too tightly. And gotta let go, right? Because that song is actually about actually holding on to something. What I'm picking up on is letting go. And it's ironic they have a song called Don't Let Go too. That song's dope. Got the right to lose control. Don't let go. That's my shit. What was that from? The Set It Off soundtrack, I think. But yeah. So in this sense, though, we are getting an energy of letting go, right? Like holding on to things way too tightly for way too long and realizing, yep, this is what you end up feeling. A sense of dissatisfaction because it's like, also 444. We did talk about that earlier, didn't we? I'm picking up on that energy again, and I've been seeing that number like crazy lately. Just in general, like a lot. The Hierophant. So what I'm kind of getting is like letting go of old ways of thinking and doing things here, because the Hierophant can represent like, value systems and belief systems, traditions. So, if you've been feeling kind of like stuck in the rut, that's why you're stuck in the rut of, repeating those cycles, those patterns, right? Because, that's how we've always done it, so that's how we're supposed to do it. Like, that's not true. Sometimes you have to recognize that, you are the ones that, meant to, break these different curses. 58, as I say that. What does 58 add up to? 13. And we saw the Death card, or that type of energy, more than once, right? So it's like, there are these endings happening, right? Transformation to be able to bring you to exactly what you're meant to do. And what is that? Find your sense of happiness, peace. Ace of Cups here in the middle of the deck. This is what you're heading towards. Remember I was picking up earlier and I said it? I was like, I'm picking up on like self-love, self-care, just like acceptance of stuff. Like I was picking up on all these different really positive things that are part of the journey right now. And we were, ironically enough, we started talking about hair that really doesn't like for some people doesn't really make sense in the context of this reading, but for those of us who know, we know. And it's like, You know, especially not for nothing. I don't like to throw race around there and stuff, but like for those of us in the black community, you know, as women, we have these standards that we try to, you know, upkeep and things like that so that we can be acceptable, you know, in society. You know, so afro, unacceptable. Braids, unacceptable. Locks, unacceptable. Like only thing that is acceptable, unfortunately, in most cases, is starting to change, thankfully. But for a long time, it was if we had our hair relaxed or we had weaves, straight weaves at that. So it's like there's something, you know, about how we were talking about like self-acceptance and all of that throughout the reading, that's a part of that journey for you. What makes you feel good, right? What makes you happy, it's a part of that. So you know, there's a reason. Like it seemed like very disjointed at the time. Like where is this coming from and why am I like talking about it so much? But there's a reason, and now we see and kind of feel that energy of why, right? Because this is about you right now. You're about to be in this energy of you, not everybody else. One more. And that's a good energy to be in, right? When you actually are doing things that suit you and where you're headed, not what everybody else wants, right? Not what we are told is again acceptable or beautiful and things like that. We're stepping into our own selves, and not just like when it comes to our looks. Even like, you know, a lot of us who are, you know, a lot of you guys, if you're watching this, you probably are not that religious. I'm not saying that you can't be religious and spiritual at the same time. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is this: a lot of you guys are probably more on the spiritual side, and that could go against, you know, the conformities and things, as Lati just said, conformity, breaking away from conformity, exactly. um the conformities that have been bestowed upon us, you know, oh, you know, you have to practice this religion and blah blah. Like, this is a part of the journey, this is a part of what you're meant to do right now. So that might entail kind of, you know, breaking away a little bit from family if they are going to kind of put you in a place where you can't, you know, coexist. You know, you don't have to automatically break away from them. I'm not saying that at all. You know, I have family members who are pretty religious, but they also are accepting of what I do, and I have others that are the complete opposite. So, like, oh, you know, you're doing the devil's work, right? I'm like, I feel completely different than what you're telling me, and that's fine. I still love you. I just love you from a distance now. So, there you go. You know what I mean? One more from your spirit. So, you know, some of you guys might be going through a similar part of the journey too. You know, we all do have different things going on, so you know, only take the messages as they resonate. But somebody could be going through something very similar. And look, Six of Cups. That's about the past. That's about, it could represent childhood, so on and so forth. Things are very, you know, nostalgic and reminiscent. So this reading right now could be reminiscent of your past and things that you've already been through, and you're trying to work past that. You're sailing up, sail away, sail away, sail away. Um, like you're moving past those old toxicities and things like that, the things that made you feel bound, right? Whatever those things entail, you know, it's different for everybody. I'm not gonna sit there and be like automatically, oh, if it's about religion, it's bad. Like, no, it's not. You know, it's more about how people move about the situation, though. If they're judgy, then yeah, that's probably not, you know, the type of people you want around you. Just saying. You know what I mean? Um, but anything that keeps you feeling confined and outside of yourself, probably could go. Yeah, because right now, this is an era of you guys stepping into your sense of true happiness, right? Your wish fulfillment. What does that look like? Your own satisfaction. What does that entail? What does that look like for you? It's not about everybody else. You guys have a sense of optimism around it, but I'm also getting a sense of like, you know, there might be some communication that has to happen with some people in order to get to the point of which you're trying to go when it comes to that. You might have to tell people off a little bit in some cases, depending on the circumstances, or at least just have a open dialogue. And we talked about that earlier. I was picking up on that as one of the first things I picked up on was, you know, I'm getting something about needing to kind of say something, you know, speaking your truth about something. That was the first thing I was picking up. So Yeah, you want to know why? Because some people might feel a sense of freaking entitlement, when it comes to you, especially as family. Like, they're like, oh, how dare you do this way? And like, fuck you. Like, at the end of the day, I'm a whole goddamn individual. I do not have to do everything the way that you guys tell me to do it. Who are you to tell me how I need to live my life? Let me live my life the way I want to. That's a line from you might think it's from Control from Janet Jackson, but no. That's actually a line from Jimi Hendrix, if six was nine. Check out that song too. um, got my own world to live through, and I ain't got to copy you. Song's all about conformity. So, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one too. It's my prerogative. Yeah. Don't get me started. Show you guys my cool dance moves over here on this live stream. No, I'm just joking. I won't do that. That's embarrassing. All right, bottom of the deck we have Lost Faith. The weight of the world feels heavy. And you may feel alone. You are not alone. How crazy is that? Hey, I think your name is Wame. Um, right now this is just a collective message that we're about to close out, and I'm so sorry. Vienna is closing out. If you want, you can like watch the reading after I post it up, just to see if you connect with the energy and everything. If not, totally understandable. It's up to you. No pressure. So if you would like to watch this later, you can. If you would like to subscribe and all of that, so you'll be aware when I do happen to do the personals, you can do that as well. All up to you. So it says the weight of the world feels heavy and you may feel alone. But you have allies. Others share your beliefs. Is that still there? Tell me it's on the top. Please tell me it's on the top. Damn it! It's in the middle of the damn deck. I hate when that fucking happens. God damn it. Well, you got those of you who are here. You saw the Hierophant. We talked about value systems and stuff, right? And beliefs. Don't let despair win. I love music too, and music, like, that's one in terms of my clear audience, like, that is one of my biggest things. I think it's a mix of my clear audience and also a little bit of my ADHD. Just saying, because like at work, I like it'll be like something like serious going on with the kids and stuff, and then I like someone says something and it reminds me of a song, and I'm like, fuck. Intrusive thoughts. Why do you always win in these situations? I'm supposed to be serious right now, and then the kids look at me, and the teacher looks at me, and the staff looks at me. I'm like, and I'm the assistant teacher. Go figure. So I'm just like, it's so funny when that happens, though. Like, that's just like I said, the intrusive thoughts, ADHD, brain for the win. Okay, like between that and, like I said, the clear audience aspect too. Like, oh my gosh, like, music is like, I literally could turn anything to a song. Everything reminds me of a song. So it's like I just do it all the time. And people are just like, oh, here she goes again. I'm just like, yep. As I say that, here I go again on my own. It's like this brain of mine. All right. External influence, exactly. Outside factors are heavily influencing your decisions. Come on, now this is about to be on the official spread now. Consider who has your ear and ensure your choices are in line with your highest potential. Goes right back to what we just said a few moments ago, right? Wow. Let's get maybe 3 more, and that'll be the end of the reading. This is a good one. I enjoyed this. And Lassie, thank you for being like a trooper. And I know you said like you were about to go on, and then you felt like delayed for some reason, and then I popped up. So thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate you for that. I mean, I appreciate you anyway, but yeah, thank you for that. And when you go on, I'm gonna check in. Let's see what we got. Challenging position. What we got here? Jump in. There could be this energy of feeling afraid, right, to take that leap. This is the opportunity you've been waiting for. Seize the moment. Where is it? I think was one. Wasn't it one of the cards? Yes. Seize the moment. Seize the moment and trust in your readiness as you step forward. Yeah. That leap of faith, right? It might be a little bit scary, right? And that's why I came out crossing when it did come out. And it's the energy of like, not being 100% sure of what you're going to do, how you're going to move about the situation. Let's get two more. But, Spirit is definitely saying, look, you know, let's do this. You got this. Don't let the outside factors dictate what you feel within yourself that you're needing to do at this time. You're being, pushed and pulled in a new direction for a reason. Some of you guys might be New Direction fans. Really campy little songs, but you might like it. I like me some pop music. So nothing wrong with that. His music definitely seems to be an influence in this reading. Ooh, what did you make? I love when you post your pictures of what you've cooked. I have not been cooking much lately, but I did make myself on, was it Saturday morning? Yeah, I went grocery shopping for like healthier options of food. I'm gonna put air quotes around that because we'll see how this goes. But I made myself some shrimp and grits. Oh, it was so fucking good. I haven't made that in so long, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's one of my favorite things in the world to eat and cook, because it's like, I don't know, it's one of those like kind of stick to your ribs kind of meals. It's a comfort meal to me. And it's so delicious. 411 as I look up information, pick up on the information, loves. And the card that just came out, unaligned. This path will be unfulfilling and starve your soul. Exactly. You'll encounter unnecessary obstacles and challenges meant to redirect you. Yes. Remember I said everything is being divinely orchestrated for you to move in a different direction. And it might not make sense right now, but it's all happening for a reason. So trust in the divine when it comes to this sense of redirection right now. One more from your spirit. Thank you, spirit. Right time. Let's see what it says. Conditions are ideal and the timing is aligned. Remember, we had unaligned and now we have aligned, right? When you cut out this bullshit that is not aligned with you, that's when things are going to start looking up in a new direction. Keep hearing new direction, just saying. Your efforts will be met with positive outcomes. Take action with confidence. How many times did we talk about confidence throughout this reading? Because we kept on picking up like that fire energy. That's all about confidence, especially the Aries, like all about confidence, right? We saw the King of Wands, Queen of Wands, the Authority card, which represents the Aries, aka the Emperor. We saw the Emperor too. It's like in different decks, mind you, right? We used about 3 different decks aside from this one. Like, come on now. Come on, spirit. Come on with it. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Reality check. You have big dreams, but are your goals achievable? Contemplate fantasy versus reality, because manifestation without work is just delusion. So, we have to be cognizant and cautious. This seems like a somewhat disconnected message here, but this is for somebody who ends up watching. So, there is something about, things that is it really disconnected if you really think about it? There have been things holding you back. No, I take that back. Like, when we realize that there are things in our lives that we hold on to too tightly that don't mesh with where we're headed, right? The things that we're trying to manifest, there's going to be delays. So this is about kind of, again, that getting in alignment and releasing the things that are not a part of that part of the journey, right? Interesting. Top of the deck we have wrong person. Not everyone is meant for every stage of the journey, including family. Protect your energy. I said something about energy protection earlier with clear boundaries. I said that too. And a firm refusal to settle. Yep, we're not settling no more. Let's say we. We can't have these people in our lives that have been pulling the strings and orchestrating things, or causing setbacks in our, for what? Why are we gonna allow that? We ain't doing that shit no more. Okay, misread messages, you're misinterpreting signals and wandering off course. Reevaluate to follow the path of natural flow. So that's kind of going back to like, this energy of, you're being guided and stuff like that, but then you be stuck in this shit. Knowing there are choices to be made, but not doing it because you're like, oh well, your judgment might be a little bit clouded because of it, and it's like, oh well, maybe this is the way it's supposed to be in this way. Like, no, 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 no. You've been pushed and pulled in different directions for a reason, and it's uncomfortable. That's the problem, right? The discomfort that you might feel when it comes to how do you move about the situation and move forward. But if we follow that natural flow, you'll be smooth sailing into something different and something new. Yeah. And what did Lati just say? She says, take a step back and check your reality lens. Yeah. Check your reality lens. What what is reality versus what is not, right? Because again, now my head is starting to hurt because I have it like right on the top of my head and it's kind of tight. Um, but yeah, so it's like, with that said, how do we, evaluate the circumstances in which we find ourselves in, and, do what's best for ourselves in that process, right? And the reality is, for ourselves, as we set up this new lens of our reality, the big thing is understanding what no longer aligns with us. So again, this could be, we picked up a lot of stuff about family, but we also picked up on romantic relationships and jobs. So it's going to look a little bit different for everyone. But the big thing I've noticed in this reading was family, and like those ties that we have to family that need to be severed. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that you have to like completely cut a person off like all together. I mean, in some cases, yeah, it will be like that for some, but not for all. But I'm more so getting like, if this is a person or a situation that causes you a sense of angst or, confusion, or any of that stuff. If this is a manipulative person that plays with your energy, like that type of stuff, you have to do what's best for you. This is no longer about, trying to satisfy everybody and like, no, we're not doing that no more. I'm gonna say we because I get it. I resonate with that. Excuse me, I've been that person. Like I suppress things and don't say anything, let things bubble up in me, and I'm just like, and then all of a sudden I blow up, and then everybody's like, oh, Michelle's fucking crazy. Like, no, I'm not fucking crazy, but you guys are assholes, and I've allowed you guys to be assholes for too long. You know what I mean? So, anywho's, with all that said, I do hope that you guys resonated with this message, and I can't believe the sun is still out. What time is it? 7 o'clock. Damn. Yeah, summer's approaching, guys. We were like, damn, when is spring gonna come? Like, really come? And we're getting that too. But like, yeah, summer coming too. They about to start acting a damn fool out here in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Lordy, those fucking bikes and people's acting crazy. Whatever. Let's not go there yet. I've got some time. I think. I hope. But anywho, I love you guys. I hope that you guys resonated with this message. And yeah, I'm getting, again, this energy of just what is best for you, for your overall well-being. And that's going to look different for everyone in different areas of their lives. Even things that we do to such for ourselves. Like, we think that we're making decisions for us and doing like things that are helping us, check your own habits and things like that. I know for a fact that there's some things I need to work on. That's why I have these. Like I said, one of these, I'm good. Little buzz, that's all I need. Nothing crazy. I don't have to drink a whole bottle of wine. Like, that's crazy talk. You know what I mean? Like, no. Not necessarily like, what's the word I'm looking for? Substituting one thing for another or anything like that. But, making more health conscious decisions. Weed, alcohol. I always say this is a lot high vibrational than that damn liquor. You know what I mean? So I'm working on being more of a social drinker. Like, even when I went out the other night with my girls, like, I was very, very, very cautious about how much I drink. I kept it pretty moderate for how I usually am because I can drink. That's one thing I can do. And I'm like, nope, it's not impacting me in a positive way at all. It's just low vibrational. What can I do to work on this? You know what I mean? A can of a little THC, way better than all that damn alcohol. So, with all that, especially when you're drinking all those this is for somebody other than myself. I'm gonna say this right now, and don't take offense or anything like that. Because I relate too. All those empty calories and stuff that we are drinking if we consume alcohol, and it's not even good for us at all. Like, moderation obviously is key, but if there's a way to make healthier choices, do what's necessary for you. You know what I mean? Especially if you've been putting on weight. I got on that damn scale at the doctor's office. Oh my God. Guys, I'm almost 200 pounds. I'm like, what? Heaviest I've ever been in my life. You gotta remember, at the end of my pregnancy, I was 138 pounds. Now, granted, there's a lot of weight in these bad boys, but still, goddamn, okay, that's probably, that constitutes for a good 10 pounds right there. But that's not the point. My face is fuller, and like, I'm looking at myself and I'm like, I still got these little chicken legs. That's one thing that hasn't changed. These little chicken legs ain't going nowhere. But I'm like, damn, if we're gonna distribute this weight somewhere, at least put it in my legs. I might be okay with it now. But seriously, doctors are like, your weight is a little bit up there, considered as obese. And I'm just like, oh, damn, I'm obese. I gotta work on this. I was a skinny mini. I was underweight for a long time, and now I'm overweight/obese. I'm like, oh, hell fucking no. We gonna work on this. So I got healthy stuff from this is also about how you prep it, right? I got healthy stuff from the grocery store the other day, so we're gonna work on this. This is a part of the journey, right? So I don't know why Spirit told me to say that, but that's for somebody. Empty calories from shit that we don't need to be consuming, right? So that's we're working on the whole thing, right? Our whole vessel. So the physical aspects of ourselves, the mental, our spiritual, we're working on all of that. Let's do it. And we're going to do it together. That's the whole point of this channel. Okay. We're doing it all together. We're informing each other and working together. And yes, more water and less snacks. Yeah. I'm not really a snacker unless I'm like getting ready to have my cycle. TMI. But when I snack, I snack. Like, give me all the Doritos, give me all the popcorn. I want all the crunchy things, like all the salty things. Yeah. Candy sometimes, not really. I'm more of a savory kind of person, personally. Salty and savory. But anywho, whatever. We'll maybe do something about that soon. That could be a message that is almost like getting like a segue, right? Like, oh, self-love and self-care might be coming up soon. We shall see. I definitely have been picking up on like a inner child kind of message that might be coming up soon. I almost did it today, but I was like, I need something a little bit less heavy energy because I'm gonna start crying and shit. And you're gonna be like, oh, here she go again. Yeah, I don't really feel like crying on camera again. So, all right, I love you guys. And I know you're about to go on shortly, so I can't wait. I love you guys. So again, for those of you who are new and haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, all that stuff, so we can stay connected and be in each other's energy, all that good stuff. Help working on building our little soul tribe that we've got going on. And thank you for my sisters, aka my moderators, aka my day ones, and other subscribers as well who stuck around, and even if you just tapped in for just a little bit, I always welcome you back, and I love you guys so dearly. So we're gonna keep building this momentum, right? We're gonna keep doing this. Ooh, pit stain. Like I said, I was hot. Ignore that. I did not raise my arms. Rewind. No, like, all right, guys. I love y'all, and until next time, maybe tomorrow. You never know. Until next time, I love you guys. Have a great rest of your evening. Go eat some great food or whatever you're about to do. Watch a good show on like Netflix or something. Or you could just check out my girl Lati from Tears and Wheat Tarot Show because I know she's about to go live. So check her out. Um, but until next time, my loves. Bye.